Okay, we'll call a meeting to order. Reading and the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting.
Move it, Vitale.
Second.
Motion made by Ben and seconded by Andy. Additions, corrections, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
It's heard by now. Any opposed? Bills, communications. Taylor?
So for the bills, we have a NICEAG payment of $161.63. Made it online on January 28th. And then we have a probes group payment for $4,328.80. And then we have a pilot disbursement payment of, let's see, $21,572.19, which includes A1 Pumping and LeBron Motors.
Okay. Is there a motion to pay our bills?
So moved. Andy.
There a second?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion, questions on our bills? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. Can you call her and put them on the speaker?
Hi. Taylor, you want to call Herb and see if we can put him on speakerphone?
Sure, let's see.
Reported the treasurer.
The treasurer is calling Herb. I'll give it a go. So you have the profit and loss statement for January. We had some interest income from the savings accounts. We did pay the property taxes, primarily special district taxes for the industrial park. We might have lost it for 1, 2, 3. Oh no, okay, we're still good. There were some fees for Probst Group, the electric bill, and that was about it. So there's about $23,000 of net income, because the only income for January was the interest.
Motion to approve the treasurer's report. I get a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
I make the motion.
Thank you. Need a second?
Second by Andy.
Thanks. Discussion on treasurer's report.
Yeah, I got a quick little question. Probably just my stupidity, but on the checking and the savings, the numbers there, there is 18,000 restricted. Why is that restricted?
So 10,000 of it is left over from the Clarity Connect project for the broadband. Here, I'll point it towards me. 10,000 of it is the Clarity Connect. There's $10,000 left over from that broadband project. I think related to the town of Niles, that the Clarity Connect still hasn't come back for. The other $8,000 is likely a distribution to one of the taxing jurisdictions from a pilot payment.
Hey, thank you.
Further discussion, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Carried. Are you on the line, Herb, now? Or? Herb, you
He's
on the line? Right. Okay. Unfinished business.
That's a lot of my stuff. So, update on the sewer line. We are out to bid at this point. So the bid package is out. The city of Auburn allowed us to use their bid system. Last I checked, we had 14 or 15 contractors that had signed up for the bidders list.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a pre-bid meeting on Thursday for contractors to ask questions of the Probst Group about the project scope. And then the bids are due, I think, February 26th. So that is moving along quite nicely. I did have a conversation with Dave Botar from CNY Regional Planning and Development Board about the federal EDA funding. At this point, it sounds like they're not comfortable including the first phase of the project in the EDA application. So we're only going to be able to include phase 2. So that's a financing gap that we're going to have to look at, and we can try to rejig how things are aligned, but there's going to be a little bit of a financing gap there. We don't know exactly how much yet, just because we're still waiting on the bids back, but we were expecting this first phase to be maybe $500,000, give or take, and EDA funding would have provided about 50%. So that's going to be a gap to fill for the financing of this first phase. The assumption at this point is that we won't move forward with phase 2 until we have that EDA funding aligned. And that phase is very much contingent upon getting the financing aligned for it. So that's kind of where we are right now. We're in a good place with DEC. So now it's just getting aligned with EDA as well, and getting these bids back. That's where we are with sewer. So we'll have to start having some conversations with Cuga Milk Ingredients and Grober about what that means, what this all means for their participation in the project versus CCIDA's participation in the project.
When did you say the bid opening was?
Taylor, can you repeat the question?
He wants to know when the bid is open.
The bid is open now. We put a link to it on CCIDA's website that is on the documents page. It's at the top of the documents page. So what a contractor would need to do is, oh, do you mean opened like when they come back? When are we opening them?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so they're coming back February 26th. So we'll be able to review them at the next CCIDA meeting, or we can call a special meeting after the due date to review those.
Okay, thank you.
In other news, our micro enterprise program is launching tonight. There were 6 participants accepted into that program that will be eligible for grant funding, assuming they complete all of the requirements. There are 4 applicants that are in a wait list. So if one of the other applicants happens to drop out, we have some other people that may be able to fill in. So they'll be participating in the programming up until that point. And that's going to be a series of 8 trainings on Tuesday nights, which is why we're in a different room today. Because just in case we didn't want to run into the micro enterprise program this evening. So Meg has been doing a great job getting that up and running and getting that started. So it should be a really great series of sessions. And we do plan to be able to generate some content for the website out of that to make available to other businesses as well in the long term. So we're really excited about that. We also are moving forward with 6 DRI projects that their applications came in a little while ago. They were reviewed at the beginning of this month. And they gave us the go ahead. And they gave us the go ahead to. Oh. I'm hearing myself from John's computer. There you go. So those 6 projects I discussed with the state last week, and we're ready to move forward with them. So we'll be starting the process with them. They should be able to do their construction and acquisition in this spring, early summer. So we'll be pushing those forward. And then we've got some really good strategic priorities that the CCIDA team is going to be working on this year around marketing, in particular with the Auburn Place brand and utilizing that for business attraction and talent attraction. TGW is presenting the website for that brand at Ada's meeting tomorrow night, and we're hoping to be able to launch that whole thing maybe early next month, the whole brand early next month. And then that will be a good tool. It'll include some podcast episodes and some really good testimonials. I think it'll be a good tool both for the city of Auburn and Cuba County. So that is also pushing along. I have an RFP for a supply chain analysis out right now as well. So CCIDA is looking to hire a consultant to help with a supply chain analysis to help identify target industries, like very targeted industries for attraction and business startup work, as well as identify opportunities to make business-to-business connections and localize supply chains. So that RFP is out right now and due back mid-March. So hopefully what we get back will be a feasible option. There will be a feasible option in there in that group of responses. And that will help to inform some of the work that will then inform your work as CCIDA, hopefully. Because the whole point is to develop business opportunities in a very targeted way. And that will hopefully lead to a situation where this body is seeing projects resulting from that effort. We're also looking at workforce and creating a workforce ecosystem and better collaboration amongst the workforce partners, because hiring is still a struggle, and it has been for a few years now. So we're really looking to make some movement in building those pathways and those collaborations with our partners as well. So those are the big strategies for 2021, in addition to just the standard economic development work that we're doing. Is that it? I think that's a good overview. If anyone has any questions, I'm happy to address those. No? And then as for ready, we're just waiting for those applications back from the applicants. Taylor, I don't know if you have any updates on that.
I have one application that's been returned. I've been reviewing it, been in contact with them to do some updates. The other three applications, 2 owners, they're still in the process of filling them out. And I told them to get them to me as soon as possible so we can bring them back to the committee to be reviewed. So they are in the process of completing the applications.
So hopefully we'll have those for you next month.
Lake Shore?
Yep, that's the Lake Ontario, the businesses that receive state funding and are looking for that match.
The homeowners got a match.
So this is specifically business projects, but yes,
Okay.
the homeowners, you know, for those that received any type of funding would also have a match component, but we'll only be dealing with the businesses that received funding.
Any questions? You want to discuss the mall property with Wayne?
At the end in the executive session.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
We're going to have an executive session.
We could.
Oh, okay.
It's up to you.
Well, no, I didn't know if you had something other than that.
No.
New business. Reported to the governance committee.
The governance committee just met. Gina and Andy were participating in that. They did review, we got 6 of the board evaluations back, so they reviewed those, as well as the bylaws and mission statements.
Only 5. 5 back.
5. We got 5 of those board evaluations back, so 2 of you stiffed us. And so I don't know if Andy or Gina, you want to comment on that?
Can I just ask, did you receive mine, Taylor?
I did.
Thank you.
So now we all know that it
No, it
wasn't John.
wasn't me that stiffed you.
We reviewed yours first, John. Yeah, the statement's good, the goals are good. We're just- And we just need to do a little more training.
We are going to start putting those. John, do you have something?
Oh, no. Somebody asked me to unmute and I am muted,
Oh.
but no.
No, I'm going to mute you again.
Okay.
We're getting the audio back from your computer.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
So we're going to start putting those online ABO trainings, Authorities Budget Office trainings, on the agenda again. One of the performance goals with the mission statement is to ensure that board members are retaking that training every few years, so that everybody is staying up to date on the legislative authority of this board and how that operates and the different processes involved. So the next one that's available is March 17th. That was the last one that they had on the list scheduled right now, but we'll start putting those on the agenda so that you can see when one is coming up, and you can just let us know if you'd like to register for one. And then we're going to look at those evaluations and maybe set up some other trainings during our board meetings that are relevant to items that maybe had some questions around them. But otherwise, things looked good. So I need a lazy Susan. That would be nice. Just go back and forth. The CCIDA contract expired at the end of 2020. What was included in the packet is a revised contract for 2021 through 2023, which aligns with the county contract that CCIDA has with Cuba County to provide those services. That is how we aligned it for the last round, or for the last contract. We got it aligned with the county contract. So I went ahead and chose that again, but obviously we can make any adjustments that are necessary to the contract. Are there any questions or concerns about the contract?
Tracy, that also includes the revenue sharing?
Yes. That is section.
Okay.
2.
Okay. I would move to accept.
I'll second. We're looking for a second.
Thank you. Discussion. Any discussion? Writing, anything on favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Carried.
Thank you very much. Executive session for land.
Okay, I'd like to enter into executive session for a brief executive session on acquisition of land. Would there be a motion?
Move
Second.
it.
Hi, Janine. Okay, we're in executive session.
Second,
Thank you. On favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
aye.
Upcoming events.
So you can see on our agenda that we have a few upcoming events. And one is an educational webinar this week about managing a remote workforce. There's a state budget presentation by Kathy Hochul, Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul on Friday. That will be virtual. If you'd like to attend that, you can just email Rhonda Miller at the City of Auburn, the mayor's office for the City of Auburn, or you can let us know and we'll RSVP for you and send you the link. And then we have a virtual networking event at the Equal Rights Heritage Center next, I think it's Tuesday, the 23rd. That's it.
Any other items come before us? Motion to adjourn. Your motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Aye.